They say that knowledge is power. But then who's the most powerful person in the Video Gamer office? Welcome to VideoGamer's MindMaster Challenge. So, Thomas Ori, your general questions are, in what year was the NES released in the USA?
88?
1985. What minigame collection launched alongside the original Xbox?
Minigame collection, Fusion Frenzy?
Correct. The school in the first Silent Hill is based off what Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
Kindergarten Cop?
Correct. Princess Peach from the Super Mario Bros. Series and Cortana from Halo share a common thread. What is it?
Umbrellas?
They're voiced by the same actress. Number 5. Assassin's Creed was originally going to be a part of what franchise?
Splinter Cell?
It's Prince of Persia. So at the end of that round, Thomas Ori, you scored 2 out of 5. How'd you feel about that?
Not great.
Not great, but you never know. You don't know what the other contestants have done.
No.
Stephen Burns, welcome to Video Gamer's MindMaster Challenge. 5 general knowledge questions, and they start.
Mastermind.
Question number 1. What year was Doom released?
1993.
Correct. Al Pacino personally chose the actor to voice Tony Montana for the EA game Scarface. True or false?
True.
Correct. What is Mega Man known as in Japan?
Rockman.
Correct. Which series was Devil May Cry originally meant to be a part of?
Resident Evil.
Correct. Kratos' name is taken from the Greek word Kratos with a C, but what does it mean in English?
Kartos is back.
It means power, but you did score 4 out of 5.
Well, no, actually, Kartos is back is well known doing this.
That's not what it means in Greek. The final say of this quiz is my quiz. You scored 4 out of 5. James Ori, welcome to your Video Gamer MindMaster Challenge. Your general knowledge questions are, how many warp whistles exist in Super Mario Bros. 3?
10.
Wrong, it's 3. The original Donkey Kong came out in what year?
95.
1981. The PlayStation was originally intended to be an add-on for which company?
Sony.
Nintendo. Stupid gaming... we start that one again. I'm reading it wrong. Number 4. Stupid gaming event E3 debuted in what year?
96.
Oh, it's 95. Hot coffee was a controversy for which famous video game?
GTA.
It's GTA, that's correct. I'll take GTA, that's fine. It was the series. So at the end of that round, you scored 1 out of 5. David Scammell, welcome to your Video Gamer MindMaster Challenge. We start with the general knowledge round. Number 1, in Super Mario 64, Boo the Ghost laugh is actually just Bowser's laugh sped up. True or false?
True.
Correct. Number 2, the characters in which classic game were voiced by inmates on death row?
Oh my god. Manhunt.
The answer is Golden Axe. Number 3,
really?
the word Atari is in fact Japanese. But what does it stand for in English?
Arcade.
Success. Number 4, Final Fantasy VII at one point in time was meant to be released... Number 4, Final Fantasy VII at one point in time was meant to be released exclusively for the Nintendo 64. But why did this change?
Was it? I thought it was the SNES.
It was one point in time meant to be released for the Nintendo 64, but why did this change?
Well, I know that it was it Enix at the time, or was it Square? It was Squaresoft, wasn't it? It was a Squaresoft game. Didn't they fall out with Nintendo?
That's not the answer I have written down here.
Right.
I'm worried this is incorrect, but the answer I have, it was too big for the console. Number 5, in what year was the first Street Fighter game released?
Oh, 1989.
Oh, it's 1987. Oh! But that does mean at the end of that round, you scored 2 points.
Did I?
Yes, you
I only
did.
thought I got
So
1.
2 out of 5. No, you got Golden Axe. No, you didn't get Golden Axe.
No.
No, wait, you got 1.
I got 2
you
points.
Got 1
You heard it here first. I got 2 points.
You got 1 out of 5.
That's not good.
That was a typo, a mental typo, a verbal typo. Jim Trinker, this is your MindMaster Challenge. Your general questions are, number 1, Silent Hill 4 The Room originally wasn't a Silent Hill game. True or false?
Don't know.
True. Number 2, Pokemon creator Satoshi Tajiri was inspired to create this series after collecting what animal when he was a child?
Don't know.
You don't know. Number 3, Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo sold how many copies? 12 million, 15 million, or 17 million?
17?
That is correct. That is 1 point. Number 4, legendary gaming hero Pac-Man makes a brief cameo in what cult 1980s movie?
2010 A Space Odyssey?
Tron. Number 5, Ivan the Space Biker was at one point going... Number 5, Ivan the Space Biker was at one point going to be the lead character in what huge gaming franchise?
Don't know.
It's Half-Life. You scored 1 out of 5. I may give you 2 points, though, after I leave the studio, because that's a good point. Pac-Man may have been in another movie. Brett Phipps, are you ready?
No.
Your general knowledge questions are: 1. Which Disney character inspired Link's design?
Peter Pan?
Correct. Name the porn movie that took a nod from the Super Mario Brothers franchise.
I'm too scared to give
It was
an
the
answer.
Super Hornio Brothers. Now, number 3. On what date was classic video game Pong patented in the US?
1978?
Oh, it's 1974. Good choice, though.
Ah.
Number 4. What company helped produce units of the Atari 2600?
No idea. Pass.
Cherry Leisure. It was Cherry Leisure.
never
Very
gonna get
easy question.
Yeah.
Number 5. Website The Stoke Sentinel once published a top 10 Spectrum games list. What was number 7 in that list?
Zork?
It was Ant Attack.
Oh.
So at the end of the round, you scored 1 out of 5. But we now move on to your specialist subject, which was
The review scores of Stephen W. Burns.
the review scores of Stephen W. Burns of VideoGamer.com. Are you ready for your 5 questions? Here we go. Number 1. What controversial score did Steve Burns give to Maybe He's Born With It, Maybe It's Ken Levine's BioShock Infinite?
7?
8. Killzone Shadowfall was a launch game for Sony's PlayStation 4, but what score did Steve Burns give it?
5?
6. It's a well-known fact that Call of Duty Ghosts was awful, and so was its DLC. So what number did Steve Burns whack on the end of its Nemesis pack?
4?
5. Ah, you're so close, Tom. Beyond Two Souls made us all sad, but it arguably made Steve Burns the most sad. What review score did he give it to make himself feel better?
5.
Ah, it's a 4. So close, Tom. Number 5, your last question. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Review score. Steve Burns gave it.
8.
I gave it a 7. I'm really sorry to say, Tom, I'm sorry, you scored 0 in your specialist subject round, and with your general knowledge questions, that's 2 out of 10. It's not a great start. Now time for your specialist subject. Can you please tell me what that is?
Well, usually it's like mouthing off on Twitter, but today it's going to be the life and times of Stephen W. Burns.
That's correct. It's the life of Times and Stephen W. Burns. Your question starts now. Number 1, quote, it also adds accessibility and lessens frustration, end quote, is a line from which Steve Burns review?
Could be any of them. I just drop that one in there all the time.
I need a name within a game.
Kane Lynch 2.
It was Dying Light. Number 2, you and I met while working at Imagine Publishing, and there I gave you a nickname straight away. What was it?
Integration Kid.
Correct. Video Gamer ran an article for E3 2014 with each member predicting what would happen at the event. What 3 things did you predict?
Ooh. Something about Metal Gear Solid. Is that in there?
No. 2 more guesses.
Oh, fuck it, I can't remember.
You predicted that Phil Spencer would wear a suit jacket over a game t-shirt.
do that.
You also predicted that Peter Moore would make an unfunny joke and that Watch Dogs would get a new trailer.
Oh man, I was right on all of them.
What was the first game in your Games of the Generation list for VideoGamer.com?
The first game
The first game you put in that list.
of the last generation?
A Games of the Generation list for VideoGamer.com, so it would be the last generation.
And they were in order.
It was the top one.
Well, my game generation was Left 4 Dead 2.
That is the correct-
Left 4 Dead. Ooh.
That is an interesting, that is controversy. But we carry on. Number 5.
Left 4 Dead.
What series, according to you, features potato guns?
Call of Duty.
Correct. So at the end of that round, you scored 2 out of 5, and with your 4 from the first round, a 6 out of 10.
My favourite score.
We move on to your specialist subject, which was?
Football Manager box art.
That's right, the box arts of Football Manager. So the first question, show me what the manager on the box of Football Manager 2014 was doing. He was pointing, I'm so sorry. What colour tie was the manager wearing on the box of Football Manager 2012?
Blue.
Oh, it's red. In what location is the manager on the box of Football Manager 2009?
The right.
He's in the locker room. Name the 2 most used poses on the front of Football Manager box arts.
Standing.
Well, that's technically true, but what are they doing in that standing pose?
Pointing.
No, it's clenched fists or holding a ball. Number 5, is the manager on the front of the Football Manager 2014 box wearing a jacket?
Yes.
He's not. So unfortunately you scored 0 in your specialist subjects rounds, which in the total gives you 1 out of 10.
Thanks.
But now it's time for your specialist subject. Can you please tell me what that is?
Well, of course it's Sonic the Hedgehog,
It is
Simon.
Sonic the Hedgehog, your 5 questions. Start now. Number 1, in what year was the Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comic first published?
Archie. Who's Archie?
He's the maker of some comics. And what year was
Did
it
he make
first published?
Sonic the comic?
Sonic the Hedgehog the comic was first
Sonic the
published.
Hedgehog the comic?
It wasn't the best name in the world, but that's what it was called. And when was it first published?
1992.
Oh my gosh, you've got it correct.
Have
Number
I?
2, the character Sonic the Hedgehog made his first appearance in what Sega game?
You have to wait there for a minute.
What do you can't eat an egg. It's supposed to be like a high intense. You've got answers in there. Have you written the answers on the inside of your egg?
I got a question for you. How do you eat yours?
How do I eat my cabbage cream egg? I throw that motherfucker in my mouth.
Oh, right off
I
the
eat it.
top. No, look out the wiggle.
This has never happened before on the MindMaster Challenge. It's very unprofessional. The question was, number 2.
Delicious.
The character Sonic the Hedgehog made his first appearance in what Sega game?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
It was Rad Mobile.
No, it wasn't. That's bollocks, and you know it.
Number 3.
What the hell is Rad Mobile?
It was a mobile game that came out.
Mobile
a racing
games didn't exist before
it was
Sonic.
A racing game. I got stuck. It was a racing game that came out 3 months before the first Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic the Hedgehog was in it.
Mobiles weren't... What are you talking about?
There's a game called Rad Mobile. You can look it up once you're out
For
this
my
room.
iPhone?
Not now. Number 3. What happens if you leave the controller alone in Sonic CD?
Well, clearly he doesn't tap his foot, because he does that in all the other ones, and that would be too obvious.
That's true. Think about what he could do. I'm giving you extra help here, which I shouldn't do, but what would be a funny thing for Sonic to do?
Does he start dreaming about Amy?
No.
That's what I would do.
He doesn't do that. He kills himself. The answer was he commits suicide.
That's rubbish,
You
Miller.
can look it up on youtube.com.
What do you mean? Wait, you're standing there, not playing with him, so he decides to kill himself. What is this? Sick shit.
He throws himself off the screen and kills himself.
No, he
That's what
doesn't.
you can look at it later. Number
This is all
4.
rubbish.
Number 4. Which 2 characters inspired Sonic the Hedgehog's look?
Well, it was a rabbit originally, wasn't he? Why didn't you ask me that? What was Sonic originally?
That's not. You just the 2. Look, they're very famous. One is the most famous cartoon character of them all.
Roger Rabbit.
No. I'm giving you far too much help, but you've only...
Mario.
No.
That's not a cartoon.
No,
Mickey Mouse.
That's one, and the other one...
Mario.
No. He was a video game character first. Cartoon. Meow. Meow. The answer is Felix the Cat. Number 5. What politician did Sega use to craft Sonic's personality?
Boris Johnson.
No, he was no one at that time. It was Bill Clinton.
What?
Bill Clinton. So, you
Wait,
scored...
you're telling me Sonic is meant to be Bill Clinton,
Yep.
who kills himself when he don't do anything,
Yes.
and was based on, who did you say, Goofy?
Mickey Mouse and Felix the Cat.
Felix the Cat.
So, you scored 1 in your general knowledge round. You scored 1 in your specialist round, giving you a score of 2 out of 10.
And I had a delicious cream egg.
That is true.
Thank you, Simon.
How do you eat yours?
Well, you saw.
Jim Trinker, it's now time to move on to your specialist subject. Please tell me what that is.
It's the Elder Scrolls games from Morrowind onwards.
That is correct. Are you ready? Because question 1 is, what fictional movie character's body can be found in Morrowind?
Indiana Jones.
That is correct. Number 2, name the Final Fantasy game that serves as an Easter egg for Morrowind.
Passed.
That's number 7. Number 3, name the city located in the southwest region of the map in Oblivion.
Southwest. Hang on a second.
It's all right, take your time.
Right, southwest. Leowyn?
It's Anvil. Number 4, it is said a particular animal can witness crimes in Elder Scrolls City Riverwood. Name the animal.
Can witness crimes.
Can witness crimes.
Rat?
It's a chicken. Number 5, how many years prior to Skyrim is the Elder Scrolls Online set?
Isn't it? Is it 1,000? Something
It's
like that?
1,000 years. So that gives you 2 points. And with your other point you got from the other one, you scored 3 out of 10.
Fuck's sake.
I'm not going to lie to you, Brett Phipps. To win, or at least come level with the person currently in the lead of the Video Gamer MindMaster Challenge, you need to get every one of these questions right. It is your specialist subject, which is?
Street Fighter 2.
That is, it is Street Fighter 2, and we start with number 1. Which part of Chun-Li's outfit was re-sprited 3 times before release?
Her legs.
It's her stockings, but I will give it to you. Number 2, Capcom originally planned for special moves to do more damage the quicker the button command would enter. True or false?
True.
Correct. Number 3, name all 4 Street Fighter 2 boss characters.
Bison, Vega, Balrog, Sagat.
Correct. Number 4, what blood type is Ryu?
Oh.
Correct. 5, how tall is Guile? You need this question to draw level with the winner of the MindMaster Challenge.
6'3".
He is 5'11".
Oh, he's well short. Why? No, he's. Oh. What about his hair? Does that with or without hair?
I can only go with the information that I've got, Britt.
I was doing it with hair.
Stephen W. Burns with a score of 6, maybe 7. You've won the Video Gamer Mastermind Challenge. And of course, by that I mean MindMaster Challenge. There's no copyrights going on here. How do you feel?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, you have done it. You've bested the Video Gamer office, which
Again.
means you're the most knowledgeable. And as we all know, knowledge is power. So I give some power to you. Thank you very much for joining me. You did it.
There's
Did
2
it
of the
again.
cameras.
There is
Look
2 cameras
weird.
there. It's going to be flicking between you, throughout the entire time. Don't worry about it. You've done it. You're a success. Your lucky hat brought you all the success in the world. And you did it.
I did do it.
Well, that'll give you something to fiddle your diddle to, won't it? And if you want more, just subscribe.